What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again for another Manchester City video with the international break. Third one of the season done and dusted. We're into the thick of it now through the end of November, December, January and February. All action go for Manchester City. 4 losses in a row. Need to turn that round. Starting here with his home game against Tottenham Hotspur. We're going to speak about all that there is to speak about for this game. So before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Do let me know your thoughts as well in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Finally, this video is sponsored and brought to you by Football Prizes, where you guys can enter to be in with the chance of winning 2 hospitality tickets for Manchester City's game against Nottingham Forest on the 4th of December at the Etihad Stadium. Do go and check it out. Links and details there in the description. It is £9.95 per ticket to enter, but there is only 65 tickets available, so there is a good chance that you could potentially win this prize. There is also a couple of instant prizes to be won, including a signed Manchester City shirt from Josko Gvardiol. Thank you to Football Prizes for sponsoring this video. Do go and check it out. Links and details there in the description, with the competition ending on Friday 22nd of November at 7:30 PM GMT. So on to the match information for this game. This game taking place at the Etihad Stadium on Premier League match day number 12 on Saturday 23rd of November 2024, with a 5:30 PM GMT kickoff time, with the game being broadcast live on Sky Sports. Anyone heading to the Etihad for this game, do enjoy yourselves. It is nice after 4 consecutive away games to see City back onto home territory. So our opponents, not going to be easy. Tottenham Hotspur, formed in 1882, led by manager Ange Postecoglou, do currently find themselves 10th in the Premier League with 16 points from 11 games, and a bit of a mediocre start for Tottenham Hotspur. And they've been very hit and miss. They blow hot and cold. Their form over the last few games not been too great. Lost the last 2 games against Galatasaray away, 3-2 in the Europa League, and also a shock Premier League home defeat against Ipswich Town, losing that last game by 2-1. But they did win their previous 2 games before that, including a home win against Aston Villa by 4-1, and also beat Manchester City by 2-1 at home in the League Cup. And then they lost their last away game against Crystal Palace. They lost against Brighton. That takes them into October in the Premier League. They've not won in the Premier League away from home since September 29th, the last time that they were in Manchester, when they beat Manchester United by 3-0. As I said, they are very inconsistent. It could be a potentially tricky game for Manchester City. It could, if City are on it, be quite a simple and straightforward game for City. So I don't really know what to expect from Spurs. They've been a very funny team so far this season, but they do have some dangers. Firstly, Heung-min Son. Stop Sonny. I'm confident you can stop Tottenham Hotspur. They do have some very quick players on the counter-attack. We already know that from the League Cup game that we need to be wary of. Not just Son, but the likes of Timo Werner, if he's fit, playing in this game. Brennan Johnson as well. I'm expecting Solanke to be starting up top. There are some dangers. They've got plenty of runners in midfield, the likes of James Maddison, Dejan Kulusevski. Danger players who can cause Man City a lot of problems. I'm expecting to see Yves Bissouma starting in midfield as well. Got a pretty decent defence, the likes of former City man Pedro Porro, Christian Romero, who will be captain in Tottenham Hotspur for this game, and Doji as well. Decent team, should be doing much better than 10th place. Now, the big news is that Bentancur, who should be starting in this game, isn't going to be starting this game. He starts the first of 7 game suspension for making comments about Son during the international break. So he's going to miss this game. So I am expecting to see Bissouma starting this game. If it's not him, it could be Sarr potentially starting this game instead. But I think they're going to go with Bissouma. I don't see how you can't go with James Maddison and also Kulusevski to make room for Sarr, unless you're going to move one of Maddison or Kulusevski out wide, but then that means one of Johnson potentially not starting up top, or maybe even I'm expecting Heung-min Son to be starting. So what do? Do you take an attacker out and go with the extra midfielder? I'm not too sure. In terms of other bits of injury news, Van de Ven, Odegaard and Richarlison all expected to be missing this game, but they do have Mikey Moore and Timo Werner back for this game. I'm not sure either will be starting in this game. So Spurs normally line up with a 4-3-3 formation. If they do, I'm expecting them to go something along the lines of Vicario starting in goal, the back four made up of Porro, Romero, Dragusin and Udogie, Basuma, Maddison and Kulusevski their midfield, with Johnson and Son their two wingers, and Solanke starting up top. Now Manchester City, formed in 1894, led by manager Pep Guardiola. We currently find ourselves second in the Premier League with 7 wins, 2 draws and 2 losses in our 11 games so far this season, but it's all about Man City's form. Lost 4 in a row for the first time for the club since 2006, when was led by manager Stuart Pearce, and the first time that Pep Guardiola's ever lost 4 games in a row in all competitions whilst he's been a manager. He won't want to make it another loss and make it 5 losses in a row. He will want to get back to winning ways ASAP. We've got a difficult schedule coming up, including Liverpool away as our next Premier League game, so this to me is a must-win game for Manchester City. So, and then 4 losses all the way from home. Started against Tottenham Hotspur. It'd be nice for this poor run of form to come to an end against Tottenham Hotspur. We lost that game in the League Cup away from home 2-1. We lost to Bournemouth in the Premier League 2-1. We then lost to Sporting Club de Portugal in the Champions League 4-1, and then we lost against Brighton in our last game by 2-1, and we had a much needed 2-week break because of the international game. So City do have dangers all over the pitch. In terms of the injury news, this is where it gets really interesting. Oscar, Bobb and Rodri are the long-term absentees. Everybody else got question marks about them. Ruben Diaz and John Stones didn't go on international duty. They've had a 2-week break. Are they going to be ready and fit for this game? We'll have to wait and see. Waiting for an update from Pep Guardiola on their injury status. Jack Grealish, Manuel, Akanji, Matheus, Nunes, Phil Foden all didn't go on international duty, not because of injury, but due to them not having enough fitness and needing a break. So I'm expecting them 4 players to all be available for Manchester City. More interesting questions. Jeremy Doku, Nathan Ake, they could be missing for this game. So are we going to see them? Are we not? We'll wait and see. There was some rumours going around about a Kovacic injury for Croatia during the international break, but apparently he's good to go, and it was a tactical change rather than an injury change. So the big question is just how fit are the players who have missed the international break, and if they're fit, I think we'll be fine. If they're not, then where do we go from there? Because we could have some very tricky games coming forward here with a very stretched, thin, small squad. So what players have we got available is the question. So in terms of my team prediction, which I'm going to pop up now for you guys, Ederson wasn't back until Thursday. Normally when that is the case, Ortega, if we're playing on the Saturday, will start. So I reckon Ortega starts in goal. I think we'll go with a back four made up of Walker, Akanji, Diaz and Josko Gvardiol, which could potentially see Akanji offering a bit of physicality, going more into midfield, partnering, supporting Mateo, Kovacic. Ilkay Gundogan, I reckon he will start this game because I don't think we're going to rush Kevin De Bruyne back, but I think we're going to see some minutes from De Bruyne. De Bruyne could be fit to start this game. If that is the case, then take Gundogan out and put De Bruyne in. I think Foden, if he's fit, will be starting in this game in midfield. I'd like to see James McAtee start if Foden isn't fit, and then go with Bernardo, Silva out wide along with Matheus, Nunes and Erling Haaland starting up top, mainly because Savinho's not been back long enough for us, as he was back on Thursday, the same as Ederson. It does mean you've got some young players to be available, the likes of Simpson, Poussey, McAtee, Wright, O'Reilly, all good fresh options for Manchester City from the bench, but the bench could look quite strong if we've got these players available from their fitness and injuries, the likes of Ederson, Lewis, Ake, Stones, De Bruyne, Grealish, Doku. We've got the youngsters to go at as well, the likes of Diaz, Akanji, Foden, Nunes, they could all be fit as well. All about what question and condition are these players in. We're playing every 3 to 4 days, so we've got to manage the squad. The schedule's getting no easier. We've got to rotate. Feyenoord, big game in the Champions League at home in midweek. Liverpool away coming up next weekend as well. Got to be thinking about them games as well, but we also need to be focusing here one game at a time. Win our games. Must win game here against Spurs, so don't take it easy on them. In terms of my score prediction, sounds doom and gloom, but I think from that team prediction, we've got enough about us to win this game if we turn up and play for 90 minutes and not 30 minutes like we've had a big problem over the last couple of games. Got to play for the 90 minutes. I think if we've got all our players fresh and available and we can apply ourselves, I think we can win this game. So I'm going positive, and I'm going City to capitalise on Spurs' hit and miss form and win this game by 3-1. Now in terms of my betting tips, I fancy both teams to score here. I think Spurs are going to score first. Heung-min Son would be a good bet to go to, but I can see Solanke maybe grabbing a goal as well. I reckon Haaland can hit back before half time, and I think think City could use their fresh bench to their advantage later in the game and make that count. And I'm going for a comeback win for City, which is what we've seen a few times this season at home. I'm going with Foden and Doku to grab for City if indeed they are fit. So next up, City play Feyenoord in the Champions League on Tuesday night. Another must-win game for us there in another competition before we take on Liverpool next Sunday in our next Premier League game. Tottenham Hotspur, they're taking on AS Roma at home in the Europa League on Thursday before they've got Fulham at home in their next Premier League game on Sunday. Last note for this preview, live watch-along link is already out on my channel if you want to go and set your reminders for that. I'm going to be live at 5 PM GMT on Saturday, so I will see you for that. So that's been the video. Do leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. It is free. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships or any videos or any general business inquiries. And finally, do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by Football Prizes, where you can win 2 hospitality tickets at the Etihad Stadium for Manchester City's game in the Premier League against Nottingham Forest on Wednesday, 4th of December. Do go and check it out. £9.95 per ticket to enter. Just 65 tickets available. A couple of instant prizes to be won as well, including a signed Manchester City shirt from Josko Gvardiol. Thank you very much to Football Prizes for sponsoring this video. Do go check them out. Links and details there in the description, and I'll see you all again for the live watch along 5 PM sharp on Saturday GMT, ready for Manchester City's game against Tottenham Hotspur. Bring it on. Time to end that poor form. Time to get back to winning ways, and it needs to come to an end as well. So that's been today's video. Thank you for watching. I've been JSGC. Peace. Ciao for now.